Hello, my name is Nico. I'm the one who edited this video. This is my CapCut Pro. The clip is 2 minutes and a half, and I'm here to explain the camera shot decisions and why we did them. Okay, so first of all, this is our establishing shot of two people playing tennis on a court. We decided to establish it like this with a how do I say shallow focus because you could see everything in the back with crisp detail, but the one in the front, it's a rock that's kind of faded. This is to show like as if somebody's passing by and watching them. After that, we cut to another shot of them two playing to further show what they're doing. And then we do a shot, reverse shot. So first it's her back, and we could see kind of from her like the back of her POV what it's like playing tennis with him. And same applies for him. And they're playing tennis together with shallow focus. Right. Then here we come back to her because it's a shot reverse shot. And we can see her trying multiple times to score the ball. And here we have a mid shot of her trying and missing. After that, to insinuate the fact that she has been trying multiple times to shoot the ball and she can't, as we could tell by the following shots. Um, we get multiple extreme close-ups of the ball falling on the ground, and it just doesn't work. She can't play tennis. She tries again. And here I did a really interesting thing. Instead of just your average regular slow-mo, I used a graph to get it from regular speed to slower and slower. So just look. It gets slower and slower. So this is the graph I used. Let me see if I can see it. Yeah. So this is it. Right. After that, mid-shot of her throwing the ball towards him with a petty expression on her face. So we see that she's clearly angry. And then this is the only voice line we have in our film. This one right here.
Don't worry, you'll get it next time.
We only have one voice line because we didn't want to add a lot of dialogue to make it more impactful for the viewer and let them figure out what's happening without the need of dialogue. That would show that our narrative is good and that the audience can understand what is going on without words. We just needed this one to show our proverb, the like practice makes perfect. So you'll get it next time. It's by practice, but this doesn't only initiate tennis, this initiates their relationship together. Like, oh, you'll get it next time, like, we'll get along better next time. And she's really mad at that, as you can see by her expression. She lifts an eyebrow and kind of grunts her teeth. After that, this shot was of her throwing the racket on the ground, but then I did a cut right here of another shot, an extreme close-up of it going to the ground. We played a lot around with the extreme close-ups because they typically tend to be very impactful and draw the viewer's attention to something important in the moment. So we tried doing that. We might have went a bit overkill, but it's okay. Also, I tried my best to maintain either leading lines or rule of thirds whenever I could, since we didn't really have symmetry except for our long shots. So here it's the rule of thirds. I'm pretty sure if I do this, I'll show you. So whip, 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 and she comes around here. So I'm pretty sure that still applies somehow. Yeah. After that, this is where we have our first fade to black. So this is the transition I use, fade. And it's 0.4 seconds. And it cuts to a black screen, and then it refades with a sans serif, no, is it? No, serif text, sorry, that comes onto the screen and then fades slowly. And this cuts back to the shot we had in the beginning right after the establishing shot. So compare this shot right here to this one. It is the exact same camera angle placement to show that she's still in the same environment, just now it is missing a person. Then, this is where we started experimenting with different camera movements. So we did a pan shot here of her throwing the ball and showing that like, oh, look, she got it this time and the ball is going away. After that, we wanted to show her expression, so what she was feeling at the moment. So she feels happy, and then she gets quite sad because she remembers who she wanted to play tennis for. Here, I really liked filming this scene, but it was a pain to edit because we had like 6 different takes, and all of them, the camera we used was the camera of my phone, and it's a 16 Pro. And the thing is, with these iPhones, when you film on cinematic, they don't always like to do the pull focus the way you want it to. So I tried my best to edit it, and I kind of fixed it with fade transitions. So it goes from behind, pull focus to no, it did it was supposed to be a pull focus, but it's only shallow focus instead. I tried to fix it with this how do you say fade? Sorry, not fade, sorry, dissolve. With the dissolve graph and then back again. And it goes back to her. That's the pull focus, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, because it goes from there to her. Yeah, pull focus. For this, I used a filter. Sorry about my AirPods. I used a filter to initiate the fact that it's a flashback, and also the dissolve effect in the same position. They show like, oh, look, they were playing together and now they're not. She gets sad, looks at him through the fence, and then here is when I tried to keep her in the rule of thirds. So she's at the right point here and she travels to the left. We can see him looking upset. Shot, reverse shot. Extreme close-up of hands. And here we could see them in a two-shot together, which usually is used to represent awkwardness, but this time it's used to represent connection. This is where we have symmetry and leading lines as our composition. So we get the beautiful symmetry of the tennis net separating them, while also having leading lines towards towards the characters because of the lines on the floor. Then we have another shot, reverse shot, as if we did in the beginning, to show like, oh, it's the exact same thing as earlier, except this time it's with a different ending, so it's a cyclic structure. And then two shot of them laughing together, showing connection. And then here is the fade to white, all lovely, and then practice makes perfect, and just cuts to black. The music here around the end, um, you can listen to it because I don't want to make this little vlog thingy too long, but it goes into a crescendo. So first it's really calm, and I'll just play it a little bit, right, to show the increase in tension, and around the end, it sounds like this. Not only does it increase tension, but also like levels of happiness. So first it's more somber music because she was being a bum, right? And then it turns into happier music to represent that she also connected with her boyfriend and things are going well for her. And then this cut right here, as you could see in the audio of it fading, I did a fade volume here, so the volume is slowly decreasing, as you could see there, but also the audio itself has lesser and lesser sound, so. And that's how we get a seamless transition to the end. It's just, look, this is, how do I have it here? This is where the music is louder, so I have it on that much volume. And then here I fade it and I decrease the volume a little bit more, and I set it to zero point 0.9. This is all, these two are zero point 0.9 clips. After that, I realized if I set it all to zero point 0.8, it's too long of a clip because I want to get that ending right there. But I also want to sort of crescendo. So right here in this spot, I changed it to zero point 0.8, no transition, but while it was having a crescendo, so you can't really tell. Wait, look. You notice it getting slower, but it's only when you really pay attention to it. So I changed it here to zero point 0.8. The volume stayed the same, and apart from that, it's just here the fade at the end. Honestly, that's mostly what I wanted to talk about, and I'll see if I post any updates.